This week you also like rated your macros a little low. Things were just like off this week. We don't need perfection here, right? Like, so focusing on things. Well, I'm curious. So if we look at your nutrition as a whole from the last week, and we kind of take away the lens of like, did I hit my macros or did I not hit my macros? And we think about the habits that you're building. So eating more fruits and vegetables, eating increased protein, not eating strictly out of like emotion or stress. If we look through it through that lens, I'm curious if your feedback would be different on nutrition the past week.
It actually would be,
Okay.
now that you say it like that, because I still was like getting in my water. I was still like making sure that like I was still like getting in some type of like micronutrients, whether that was like fruit, vegetables. I was making sure that like my meals would actually fill me. And I think even when I was eating, I was like checking in with myself more and being like, okay, like I was hungry when I sat down to eat this. Am I still hungry now? Or am I starting to like eat out of comfort?
Yeah.
So I feel like I definitely would rate myself higher if we look at it that way, just because even just my habits that I was doing were so much more like positive, and like they helped me grow so much more. So I definitely think that if I look at it through like a nutrition lens and just like through a lens of like how far I've came with my nutrition, like even though I guess I rated it like a low week, if I'm thinking back to when we started, like the week that I had would have been considered like a really healthy week.
Exactly.
So I think just like, so I think just like looking at it like that and just kind of like giving myself like that pat on the back, like I still did try, I still did like make sure that I got in like things that I knew were good for me. So I think that, yeah, definitely if I look at it like that, it looks a lot better.
Yeah. When I looked at your log for the last week, I felt really proud of you. I felt like it was balanced. I felt like you were taking care of yourself. And I think it's good to zoom out at times as well. I know that that question doesn't allow for a lot of zooming out. So you answered the question accurately. But I just wanted to bring your attention to that, because I know sometimes when it comes to tracking macros, it can be restrictive. My intention as a coach isn't for you to be restricted, but macros themselves are inherently that way. With that being said, I still do think it's the best modality for fat loss. It's not the only way, but I believe it's the best way. But with that being said, not every single week is just about how many inches are off my waist, right? The intention behind this is to change the way that we're thinking so that we can change the way we act and build habits and routines in alignment with the version of ourselves that's the most healthy, happy, confident, authentic, etc. So with that being said, pat on the back. Like, you did very, very well this week. Your sleep was off. That's an area for improvement we've been working on. I know you know what it is you need to do in that area, so I encourage you to keep working on it. In terms of your stress, I think that your DBT skills are fantastic, so keep those in play. What do you think you can do this week to probably have a little bit better wind down to increase your sleep or sleep quality?
Yes. So I think that something that I had like stopped doing was that like before bed I was taking like